Good evening, everybody. It's been a couple weeks since my last blog post, so goes the will or attempt to do it weekly. But had a couple of dives recently, and it's been interesting times. The first one we did a couple of weekends ago. We had a tech dive planned, and unfortunately, we were not able to get out of the bay. Kind of one of those things that happens. So we fell back upon a really nice dive at a spot we call Mile Buoy, which I guess they call Mile Buoy because it's about a mile out from the dock, and it's a buoy. It's a nice little low rock pile, about 150-foot depth. Nothing too tremendous. Very fun dive. Done it several times before, and it's always interesting stuff to see. It's kind of a nook and cranny type dive since it's a big boulder pile, so you just kind of look around. But the most interesting thing for me is I got a new dive partner on that dive. Gary Banta, whose dive partner had been was sick, I believe, couldn't make it, and so I ended up diving with him. Had a grand old time. It was a lot of fun. Water clarity was pretty good. We saw a couple of nice little sea nettles on our ascent. Nothing too much of note. It's interesting. You see a lot of big lingcod right now, but we've been remarking about that for a while. Then the second dive we did was about a week or two later. Once again, our boats got canceled. This time, instead of trying to go out again, I think we just canceled the boat altogether, and we decided to do a night dive. Very fun dive with Rob, Allison, and Matt. All four of us just kind of really got in a big pile and went in the water and scooted around. Visibility was very good for the breakwater. That's where we did it at. I would say at least 30 to 40 foot. And it was just a lot of really good critters to see. Every time I do a night dive, I always come out of it thinking, man, why don't I do more night dives? And then it's 6 months or a year before I do another one. So really good one. See a lot of little market shrimp, lots of different nudibranchs, a whole bunch of red octopuses who are very fun and came out and play several times. And then I think one of the highlights of the counters, as we just kind of goofed around along the wall and in the sand and everywhere else, was the seals came out and decided to use our lights to hunt. And there's a really cute seal who wanted to have his belly rubbed. So he'd come right up to you and turn over on his belly and just sit there asking you to rub him and have a good old time. So very friendly, very good. I think we ended the dive maybe around 9 o'clock. And just sat around the London pub and BS'd for a while. So it was a very nice dive. Only other big thing of note on that dive was interesting. It took me a long time, or it took me a while to do, but I finally did the service on the pump shaft of my on my CUDA, I should say. And so I took it on the dive even though we didn't really use it, more of it as a pressure test to make sure my service did good. It was pretty good, and just for giggles, I'm going to include kind of a fast motion clip of that maintenance period on the scooter at the end. Obviously, I'll take what was 2 hours plus and one or two trips to the hardware store to get a part that I need to get, or get a tool that I needed to take out a part. Were excised from it, but enjoy and. Happy diving, and maybe I'll see you next week. Thank you.